Oh, who that?
Hey, nobody record.
Only Al can record. And I'm top dog. Al Productions. Well, we on live.
Good move. Good move.
Throw you, Mom. I'm gonna throw you too.
Now you already know you don't want to, but you already know you got to.
10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good. Under here. Hold on to the page.
Slide over here. Slide over here. You drop on the shots like this. You go here. Here. Here.
If I get him where I need him to be, he's gonna sleep for sure. Soften him up, then fry him.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly reunited with Gervonta Davis for an intense training session ahead of the highly anticipated showdown with Jake Paul. Despite their rocky history, the former champion appears determined to help Tank sharpen his skills and stay locked in for the massive event.
Good move. Good move.
Throw you, Mom. I'm gonna throw you too.
Now you already know you don't want to, but you already know you.
Fans, the real ones that know that this is no easy fight. Very skilled, and I'm gonna go on the line and say this may be the most skillful person that Tank has faced thus far. I just don't want to look bad for come fight night. My biggest fear is being embarrassed, especially in front of like all these people, like worldwide. Then you be like, come this mean for that, like, you know? Like, I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to go out and get my butt kicked.
Many fans believe Mayweather's return to Tank's corner brings invaluable experience, especially against an unpredictable opponent like Jake Paul. Their reunion has ignited excitement and speculation across the boxing world, with many now thinking this fight might be far more serious than anyone initially believed.
We just want things right now. They want to see nothing but excitement. They want to be entertained. They don't want to pay a lot of money to come to a fight to watch two guys just jab, grab.
Gervonta Davis has built a reputation for pushing his limits every time he steps in a training camp, and this preparation is no exception. Recent footage and insider reports reveal him honing his speed, precision, and explosive power at an elite level. Coaches describe him as laser-focused, moving with urgency, yet maintaining complete control over every punch. His footwork appears sharper than ever, allowing him to glide around the ring effortlessly. Knowing this fight demands perfection, Tank is leaving no detail unchecked. Whether he's drilling angles, refining reactions, or tightening his defense, every session reflects his respect for the challenge Jake Paul presents. His mindset hasn't changed. Stay ready, stay hungry, and stay dangerous. Leonard Ellerbe has voiced full confidence in Gervonta Davis's star power, emphasizing that no fighter in the sport today delivers pure entertainment quite like Tank. Fans don't just show up to see him win, they come for the fireworks. According to Ellerbe, spectators aren't paying for a glorified sparring session. They want suspense, danger, and the kind of explosive knockouts that have made Tank a global sensation. His finishes aren't just victories. They're viral moments that dominate highlight reels and fuel endless debates online. Tank understands both the showmanship and the responsibility that come with being a star. Fans expect excitement for their money, and he never disappoints. This showdown with Jake Paul, no matter how controversial, gives Tank another chance to prove why he's the most electrifying fighter of his generation.
They just want things right now. They want to see nothing but excitement. They want to be entertained. They don't want to pay a lot of money to come to a fight to watch two guys just jab, 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 grab, jab, grab. Again, that's why Tank Davis is the most exciting fighter in the entire world, because he gives the fans exactly what they want.
And speaking of familiarity, you mentioned that earlier. This is somewhat of a familiar foe in Oscar De La Hoya via Ryan Garcia, Floyd Mayweather, Tank Davis. There's some old connotations there. How much is Mayweather Promotions, the PBC, looking to deal a blow to the Golden Boy brand by knocking out their stalwart in Ryan Garcia?
Oh, that's happening. That's happening. And then again, it's always good. You know, it's great. It'll be great for Tank.
Paulie Malignaggi has voiced strong concerns about the direction boxing is heading, arguing that the sport must protect its soul. In his view, the upcoming matchup between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul feels more like a spectacle than a true sporting contest. He fears that a sport built on decades of legacy, discipline, and fair competition is drifting toward a scripted form of entertainment, where fame outweighs skill. Malignaggi warns that when victories aren't earned against genuine equals, even a knockout loses its emotional power. Casual fans may celebrate, but true boxing purists are left disheartened, sensing the sport's integrity slipping away. In recent discussions with Chris Algieri, he emphasized that mismatched fights do more harm than good, calling on promoters and fighters alike to restore boxing's focus on authentic, elite-level competition.
Knockouts, dude. Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a
Gervonta
degree, you
Davis.
can. To a degree. I mean, you
Destroying
can't.
Frank
Yeah,
Martin.
Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a
The
lot
guy-
of
the guy has one of the-
limited
he's got-
knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real
Of
knockout
current
artist,
champions.
if he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. The way
Paulie,
we
there's
did
also-
when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know, the way
Well,
that
Felix
even when
Trinidad
Mike
was a
Tyson was
superstar.
doing it in his prime.
Let's-
Okay, say what you
let's-
want about the Mike Tyson
but
era.
now-
He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No,
and
because
Teddy
he
Atlas
fought
100%
everyone that
covered.
was there. Everyone that was there at
Teddy
that time
Atlas,
fought.
Teddy
With the
Atlas,
expe-
Teddy
with the
Atlas
ex-
will
with the
100% agree with
expense-
this.
With the
because
expense
he
of
would say the guys that
Witherspoon.
aren't, we're afraid of
With the
him.
exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract
say the same thing about-
who had contract issues with King at the time. Oh, except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when you gonna fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something. He still knocked out everyone. There was nobody there in that era.
Didn't say it was related. It was the same as the Tyson era. Didn't say it at all. I was actually going to say the opposite when you talk about Trinidad.
Floyd Mayweather's influence in boxing remains unmatched, and the rumors surrounding him only reinforce that truth. Analysts suggest his reported interest in facing Mike Tyson is less about money and more about legacy control, a statement that he refuses to fade quietly into the background. Even in retirement, Mayweather continues to thrive on attention and competition, always searching for the next move that keeps his name in the headlines. With Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul dominating the spotlight, Floyd's reemergence feels intentional, a reminder that his star power still eclipses most. Whether the Tyson talk ever becomes reality or not, one thing is certain. Mayweather wants to ensure the spotlight always finds its way back to him.
Many celebrities and so many people that are known where you can get somebody and they can sell tickets to events. That's what kicked off the social media influence boxing that Jake Paul was birthed from. Now we're in a vacuum. And so there's going to be a lot of conversation about that and continuing to do that. In this particular video, though, I want to get into the mind of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and why Floyd Mayweather Jr. would do this. There is the money, but there's also the competitive nature of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and him not wanting to have other people think that they're a bigger star than he is. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been able to really launch his star outside of the sport of boxing, so he continues to do exhibitions. Now, what I think is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is announced it at this point in time with Mike Tyson, and in order to take advantage of the publicity heading into the Gervonta Davis Jake Paul fight, which is, I do believe, set for November. So now that they have all the publicity and all that stuff coming out from that, he's going to piggyback on it and then try to have it in the beginning of next year sometime and actually make it a bigger event than Gervonta versus Jake Paul. And it probably will be. And the reason that I say that is because of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is bigger than Floyd. Let me say Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. I still think his name is bigger than Floyd Mayweather, even though I know Floyd has made more money in the pay-per-views. And I think that had a lot to do with, again, social media area and otherwise. But the combination of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson and the question about what is going to happen in that fight.
Eddie Hearn has cautioned that while entertainment plays a role in boxing, it should never become the foundation of matchmaking. He warns that if social media fame starts dictating who earns world-class opportunities, the sport's credibility could be at serious risk. In Hearn's view, Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul is a crossover spectacle, fun for audiences and highly profitable for broadcasters, but questionable when judged by boxing's traditional standards. He emphasizes that competitive integrity must remain the sport's core value. If hype continues to outweigh rankings and merit, the next generation might grow up believing celebrity bouts represent true championship boxing. Hearn's message is clear. Boxing must stay rooted in sport, not become a flashy narrative fueled by viral culture.
To a global business with investment and potential floats, and it's been a great challenge.
Away from that, obviously the DAZN deal is up next year. Are those talks underway to extend, or are you looking elsewhere? What can you tell me?
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, we're very happy with DAZN. I think what they've enabled us to do is to really have the global ambition and global strategy that I wanted, and that was really a big part of my mindset moving forward in boxing. We know there's a lot of other platforms out there that might have had broadcast deals end, that would be looking to replace those people, and we are very well respected in the space. I don't think it would be difficult for us to walk into another broadcast deal, but we're very happy with DAZN as partners, and as I said, the strategic element of that. I mean, when we talk about the power list and stuff like that, we have international deals with DAZN in multiple markets, and obviously particularly the US market, which makes us unique as a business. And I actually believe that DAZN are in a fantastic place, particularly in the US market right now. And we are in deep talks to extend that relationship, and we're very happy with our broadcast partner.
Eddie, just whilst I've got you, obviously just a few things I'd like an update on. We last time we spoke, Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul seemed to be the front runner for you guys. Now we're getting Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. What can you tell me about that? What can you tell me about why Jake and Anthony has maybe been put to the side for now?
Yeah, they always told us that it was, we were looking at that fight for February of next year, and they always said that there was a chance that Jake would fight in November. I think, wasn't I the one that broke Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis 6 months ago or something? I knew that they'd agree that deal. I didn't know they were about to announce it then. But I did know that they'd agreed that deal previously. So I don't like it, if I'm honest. I mean, I think we need to really differentiate between boxing and an entertainment concept, and that's what that is. It's a freak show, it's entertainment, it's a lightweight fighting a cruiserweight, you know, with, I don't know, is it bigger gloves and certain minutes per round, I don't know what it is, but you know, I understand the market and I understand this freak show shock kind of the world mentality of people potentially tuning in. Is that a step too far? Maybe. I mean, I hated Jake Paul against Mike Tyson, but it did massive numbers. I hate Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis. It'll probably do massive numbers. So that's when you really have to differentiate yourself between, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it isn't going to do good business. Now, whether you want to be involved with it is another kettle of fish. I don't want to be involved with it, but I do respect the fact that it's going to do big numbers. It's just not boxing. And I don't think we should promote it as boxing.
In the meantime, then, Eddie, where does that leave you with Anthony Joshua? Are you exploring other options for the end of this year, or are you still looking at that fight for the beginning?
Yeah, no, we're not interested in the Jake Paul fight right now. After that, I mean, like, yeah.
The Wade Concept host recently broke down the psychological chess match behind Jake Paul's every move. Jake isn't just a boxer. He's a calculated strategist who understands how to lure big names into the business side of the sport. By flaunting luxury, promising massive paydays, and controlling the narrative online, he's mastered the art of turning criticism into opportunity. For Gervonta Davis, who thrives on proving people wrong, Jake's taunts and bold claims acted like bait too tempting to ignore. And that's exactly how Jake wins outside the ring, by transforming negativity into momentum and controversy into money. Each viral moment strengthens his image as boxing's ultimate disruptor, proving that the psychological warfare is just as crucial as the punches thrown on fight night.
But also, and again, Jake's only been boxing for 5, 6, 7 years now. It isn't necessarily far-fetched to try to have his own advantages when trying to fight other boxers that have been far more experienced than him. But this one's a little too much, right? This one is crazy because of the massive weight difference. It doesn't make a ton of sense. But again, as far as a sport fight is concerned, I want to make sure I make that clear. Again, this is not me hating on it, because I do think that both guys have been very upfront with what they're doing in this fight and what their goals are with these kind of events. But the narrative Jake's trying to create is if this is like proving anything for him fighting a real fighter when Gervonta is so much smaller than he is. It'll prove something in the fact that Jake is willing to put on great events, but it won't prove anything to the people that are asking him to fight a real fighter. I will say though, if Jake goes out and flatlines Gervonta, the casual audience that will say Gervonta smokes Jake completely and utterly, like it wouldn't even be close, that will change their minds a little bit. Not the people that know boxing, but the people that are going to watch this, the casual viewer that know the name Gervonta Davis and know the name Jake Paul. If he is to compete with Gervonta at all or look good in that fight, people will in some way accept that. Or they'll do the other thing where they just say the fight's rigged, which has never been the case, but you get what I'm saying. What Jake is doing is trying to convince a casual audience that he belongs in the ring with bigger names. He's able to hurt Gervonta at all. That might actually do it.
The undefeated lightweight champion of the world with a record of 30-0, 28 knockouts. And this one is over! He's been boxing since he was 5 years old and turned pro when he was 18.
Showbiz argues that reducing Gervonta Davis's decision to fight Jake Paul down to money alone is a shallow take. Yes, the purse is massive, but Tank's motivation runs deeper. His pride and legacy are on the line. The rumored knockout bonus only fuels that fire, guaranteeing one thing: Tank won't play it safe. For a fighter of his caliber, the promise of a reward for a decisive finish transforms every punch into a statement and every round into a hunt. This isn't about collecting a paycheck, it's about making a point. Davis wants to end the fight in dramatic fashion, leaving no doubt, no debate, and no question about who's the real fighter when pride, reputation, and highlight reel glory are all at stake.
You guys told me that Gervonta Tank Davis is just taking this fight for a payday. He's just trying to get to the bag. Well, you got the fight itself, which is a payday, and you got a KO bonus on top of that, a big bonus. That's what Jake Paul said.
They're gonna get a big bonus.
And they got a side bet of $2 million. Let's make it 2.
Y'all gonna shake on it? Yeah. Shake on it?
Shake $1
Shake on
million.
it? 2 mil? 2 mil? 2 mil. Let's do 2 mil. Go get it, shake.
Oh, they're shaking left here.
2 mil. There we go.
Oh my fuck. Why not get the entire bag?
Analysts are painting a grim picture for Jake Paul's chances in this fight. Gervonta Tank Davis has developed almost a sixth sense inside the ring, reading opponents' reactions, predicting their mistakes, and punishing every opening with lightning-fast precision. Jake may carry respectable power, but landing anything meaningful against a fighter with Tank's reflexes and timing is an entirely different challenge than anything he's faced before. Experts agree that once Tank closes the distance and locks in his rhythm, Jake will experience a level of speed, power, and accuracy that no sparring session can truly prepare him for. Jake's confidence may be unshakable, but Tank's experience is the ultimate equalizer. All it could take is one perfectly timed punch to end the night, and to remind the world of the vast difference between influencer boxing and elite-level skill.
Tank Davis look crazy, bro. Chilaquiles. Gervonta Tank Davis hitting a heavy bag in preparation for his Jake Paul fight November 14th down there in Florida. Man looks absolutely amazing. Man looks like a monster. Man looks like precision. Jake Paul cannot take those body shots. You mean to tell me somebody who done fought UFC fighters and a man with Parkinson's disease can take a body punch from Gervonta Tank Davis, and y'all basing y'all logic just because Jake Paul is big? No, Tank's gonna go ahead and put this man to sleep. I'm telling y'all that right now. If Tank don't put this man to sleep, he done let the black community down, he done let boxing down, and he ain't never been that nice. Tank fans, y'all trying to give him a pass. If y'all said Tank is as skilled as y'all say he is, if he does not put Jake Paul to sleep and stop Jake Paul, his boxing career is absolutely voided. He already don't care about legacy, and just imagine he don't knock out Jake Paul, and now y'all want to say it's not a real fight, it's an exhibition. No, we not giving no passes, bro. This Gervonta Tank Davis, he needs to put Jake Paul to sleep. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Jake Paul too big. No, Jake Paul chin ain't never been tested by somebody that hit as hard as Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank should put this man to sleep with ease. I say that respectfully. If you don't put him to sleep,
a 2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
That's a 2-pack of ass at the highest level, and it's a musty energy at the highest level. Get it together. Get it together. Tank looks amazing. That's the Chilaquiles.
Bernie Thought Boxer doesn't hold back when it comes to his thoughts on this matchup. He laughs at fans who celebrate Gervonta Davis simply securing another massive payday, arguing they're missing the real point. Tank has already made millions. Money isn't the story anymore. What true fans crave, Bernie says, is a genuine challenge that keeps them on edge and reminds them why they fell in love with boxing in the first place. According to him, the sport thrives on drama, danger, and moments where either fighter could win. The excitement comes from risk, not revenue. People don't tune in for financial updates. They tune in for greatness, for those unforgettable nights when history is written punch by punch. For Bernie, boxing should always prioritize thrilling battles over bank accounts.
With Tank, and it's I kind of don't really care about the fight no more. Starting to lose a little steam.
But I'm saying, I mean, if he stops Pitbull Cruz, right? I mean, don't you think that people would want to see, Lamont and Tank more due to the fact that, Tank had a hard time with Pitbull?
No, I think people just want to see Tank versus Lamont because Lamont, he had a hard time with Lamont. It's just like Devin and Ryan Garcia. People just like controversy. People just like, you know what I'm saying? So people don't see finished business. They don't want to leave it unfinished, and that's what the intrigue is. They want to people want to see finished business. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the intrigue of the fight, and it doesn't make no sense why they taking so fucking fight. Everybody keeps saying that, Tank getting the money, but is we getting the fucking money?
Do you think Mayweather's mentorship gives Gervonta Davis the ultimate edge, or is Jake Paul's strategy once again being underestimated? Let us know what you think in the comments below.